The Fortnite storyline is finally coming to its conclusion, and all anybody can talk about is who or what is the Nothing. And you might be really confused and asking this yourself. You've probably heard people talking about the Nothing, but today I have the answer for you. I know exactly what the whole Nothing story is, and I'm going to explain it to you guys. We're going to start from the beginning here. Stay tuned because we have the confirmed answer. And we're going to start right from the beginning here because we have to take a look at all the way back in Chapter 1. The very first time we heard about the Nothing was the first time the 0 point was on the map. The first time the 0 point was destabilizing. If you would remember, the scientists left us some tapes, and it was the first time we've ever heard anything about the 0 point. Now, guys, I know you probably heard this before, but there is a brand new meaning to these tapes, so take a look and listen here. Did you find anything different?
What the 7 of us are attempting is very risky. I suspect they are not the only ones watching, but it must be done or we lose the bridge forever. I speculate that no one calculated the formation of the island, that interdimensional matter collisions would resolve rather than push. Now that I witnessed it firsthand, it's obvious that pinching alone made it inevitable. When I hear this again, will it help me remember? Or once looped, will I be just as muted as the others? No matter, it seems the lengthy precautions worked. The theorem was a success. You arrived outside the loop at the exact moment of expansion. This effectively paused the singularity, giving us time to create the devices needed to synchronize the junction. What I didn't factor was that the only way to trigger the device was from within the loop itself. Thus this hasty and primitive recording. And why now I find myself looped. Activate the beacon at precisely the moment this timer reaches nothing. The 0 point must be contained once more. If they are correct, it will be the end.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Activate the beacon at precisely the moment this timer reaches nothing. At the beginning of time, when we were talking about these tapes, we had no idea the word nothing would mean so much. I honestly thought it was pretty self-explanatory. Honestly, it's just, okay, when the timer hits 0, activate the beacon. But no, it's the Nothing. And this is why I love Donald Mustard Guy. This is why I love him, because all this time, he was planning on it. He was planning this season. Now we're talking about the Nothing, and we're going back to these scientist tapes, but this doesn't end there. There's a lot more we have to cover, because Epic Games has been teasing the Nothing. It was been right under our nose the entire time. So as we keep going, we keep hearing a little bit more about the Nothing. The whole end event comes, we have that beautiful music come about, and then we finally have the black hole, and everybody thought this was just like, whatever you want to describe it, right? Matter destabilizing, just reorganizing itself and creating a brand new map for us. Little did we know there was another teaser for the Nothing on those 48 hours of downtime that we had. The black hole, while we were waiting for it, you might remember these numbers coming out of the black hole. There were just random numbers coming out, random numbers just here and there, and people started to think about it like, hey, what could this possibly be? But then nobody actually put it together. We actually completely forgot about it, and I don't blame us either, because that went right over our heads, right? Maybe it was just like something to do with the tape, something to do with the 0 point that we didn't really know about, because at this point in time, everybody was just looking forward to a brand new map, and everybody wanted that for so long, and it was the first time Fortnite ever did something like this, so everybody was just looking completely past it. But those numbers, when you put them together, long story short, they read a message, and this is a message that just completely went over our heads, right? Because everybody started focusing on the brand new map, and nobody knew what this meant. I was not alone. Others were outside the loop. This was not calculated. The Nothing is now inevitable. Unbelievable that 2 years later, we're finally decoding this message and finally figuring out what it means. But guys, again, I have the answer for you. We're just going through the timeline here about the Nothing of all the times it was hinted, because again, this will lead to a solution. And it all has to do with this 0 skin that released back in Chapter 2, Season 1, right when the brand new map first came out, right when the black hole went away. But we're going to talk about that at the end of the video, because that's the most important piece. Anyways, moving on through Chapter 2, Season 1, nothing happened with the Nothing. You get it? Nothing happened with the Nothing. There was nothing that was going on. We were just playing Fortnite, enjoying it. We had a little bit of story here and there. We figured out the loop. Moving on to Chapter 2, Season 2, we got a little bit more going on. We figured out that we were in a simulation. Chapter 2, Season 3, the flood. Chapter 2, Season 4, we had the whole Galactus thing. We figured that out. Everything was okay. Chapter 2, Season 5 is when the 0 point finally came back up, and this is where the storyline keeps taking off. Everything that season happens, if you remember, right at the beginning of Chapter 2, Season 6, the Zero Crisis finale event. Jones and the Foundation finally showed up. He's finally here, and what happened? The 0 point started destabilizing again, just like that. And back in Chapter 1, Season X, the same thing started to happen. And sit back and think for a second. Yes, this event was cool. Yeah, the 0 point was destabilizing. We were just talking about, like, here we go, the 0 point's destabilizing again, but there was a little bit more of a meaning there. There was a little bit more that we can decipher now in the season that we're in, Chapter 3, Season 4. Can you figure it out? Can you take a look at what's going on here, and can you relate it to anything that's going on right now? The 0 point almost destabilized again, but what stopped it? What was there? What almost took over? Does the spire look like a chrome substance to you? Because it sure looks like that to me. Now, the 0 point, the chrome, it has something to do with each other, but what exactly does the nothing have to do with this? I think this is a very important part to mention in the story, and again, we are going to get into the solution shortly. And just in case you're thinking, and no, the chrome is not the nothing. The chrome just has to do with this season and the nothing. It's related, but the chrome is not the nothing. So all those events come back, the Cube Queen, the last reality, they all come and do their thing. And fast forward to Chapter 3, Season 1, the Foundation is finally here, and he warns us of bigger threats. What is that bigger threat? We kind of figured it was the last reality, but he did specifically mention the last reality and more and worse. Now, if you take a look at the description for Foundation, you will see that his mission is everything. What does everything mean? We will get to that in a second, because guys, it all comes together. It all comes together in one piece. So just keep that in mind. The Foundation's mission, the leader of the 7, is everything. Here's a little hint. Are you putting it together yet? Everything, nothing, everything, nothing. What could that mean? We'll talk about it in just a second. Let's keep going though, because all we had to talk about in Chapter 3, Season 1 is the Foundation. Now we're moving on to present day. Now we're getting to the answers. The Herald shows up. The big baddie we thought was going to be kind of like the last reality, but no. The Herald, if you take a look at the definition of what a herald is an official messenger bringing news, or a person or thing viewed as a sign that something is about to happen. If you take a look at all of the Herald's cosmetics, take a look at the Herald and take a look at bites. The Herald is giving us nothing but warning signs. Take a look at stuff like this. The nothing is coming. Is the nothing a thing? Is the nothing a group of people? We'll find out, right? The final cut awaits. That's like heading towards maybe the end of the chapter. Again, that's a topic for another video, but you know what? We've seen stuff like that before. The last light you'll see. What is the nothing? The nothing could be darkness, maybe. Press play and prepare for what happens next. Maybe again talking about a new chapter. Few survive the journey into darkness. And now that we are talking about darkness and all this stuff relating to nothing and darkness, I have the answer for you. And guys, I just want to say this whole theory was brought up by PBJ, an absolutely fantastic YouTuber. I will leave his channel in the pinned comment here, because he is going to upload a video about the same thing, except probably a little bit better edited. Anyways, let's give you the answer for what exactly the nothing is. And this is unbelievable teasing by Donald Mustard and the creative team. Absolutely fantastic, guys. So it all comes down to, like I said, the Zero skin that was released right before the downtime update. Okay, so Zero, if you take a look at the description for the Zero skin, the Zero skin came out right when the 0 point was restabilizing again. So the Zero skin represents the 0 point, everything and nothing. So 0 represents everything, because that's his description, everything. But what comes with him? What comes with him? It is the black hole. The black hole is the nothing. Everything and nothing was right in front of our face this entire time, but it doesn't stop there. If you do not believe me, guys, take a look at all the leaks that were coming up. What has been getting leaked lately? What has been getting leaked? It has been a brand new map, and more importantly, a 2-day downtime at the end of this season. What does that indicate to you? A 2-day downtime and a new map? It indicates not only a new chapter, which could be speculated for like a whole nother video, that could mean something else, but more importantly, what is coming back? The black hole. What is everybody talking about right now? It is the nothing. What correlates together? Everything. Nothing. The black hole is the nothing. The Foundation's mission is everything. 0 point is everything. Nothing is the darkness. I keep talking about darkness. Take a look at these teasers again. The nothing is coming. The last light you'll see. The nothing. The black hole. Few survive the journey into darkness. The nothing. The black hole. The nothing is solved. The nothing is the black hole. The black hole is returning at the end of this season. It is the nothing. The mystery is solved. That's what the nothing is. In case I didn't convince you by that, because I still have one more little teaser for you. It's a little bit of a stretch, but man, allow me to introduce this to you. So we have the black hole back bling. We've been reading descriptions. 0 is everything and nothing. The black hole, one singularity sensation. What is the singularity of a black hole? Let's take a look at here. The singularity at the center of a black hole is the ultimate no man's land. The nothing, maybe? The nothing? A place where matter is compressed down to an infinitely tiny point, and all conceptions of time and space completely break down. What does that sound like to you? What does that sound like to you? It's the black hole. The teaser is solved. We solved it. PBJ and I, guys. This is the nothing. This is what's coming. The black hole is coming soon. I'm going to be talking about what's next in a future video. I'm kind of thinking the black hole could bring us back in time, maybe to a prequel season, so stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video.